So before the show, we were talking about ChatGPT plugins.
Mm-hmm.
And so the $1,000,000 question I have is there going to be an API between the app you have that picks your suits and then the custom couch company?
So what we do.
Tell my audience here that about the app, because it's
yeah.
awesome.
So I have now 16 or 17 different plaid suits in a rainbow of colors. I try to toe the line between a suit that you've never seen before and a suit that devolves into caricature, like you sometimes see in sportscasters. I try to really, really, really ride that line, And so what we've done for years now is meeting planners, when they have me come give a presentation, can go to a special website. It's dressjbear.com, and they can pick out which suit I will wear on stage. We have been less adamant about making that offer in recent months because there is a number of suits that I would consider to be more pre-COVID sized and other suits that are more post-COVID sized. So it's not really a full array of 17 anymore in terms of suits that are available for your event. But what we would do, Chris, is in a ChatGPT or Midjourney world, we would just say, oh, who's the event for? Chase Bank, okay, and then it just goes out and says, okay, well, what colors? Well, Chase blue, all right. So here's the suits that you should select. It'll just serve it up, right? It'll be a suit recommender instead of a suit picker.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's what I need to do for tequila. I've been thinking about it a lot, right? Like,
it sounds like an app, like a drinking app.
Yeah,
sure.
I've actually been thinking about doing it for about a year now. Because I am the number 2 tequila influencer in the world, non-celebrity division.
Hats off.
I'm sure that's clear.
Bravo.
It's not like me and The Rock or me and George Clooney. They have a separate category. But amongst mortals, it's me and some guy in LA. But I have definitely thought about this idea. You've seen it with Vivino and other apps where you can just point your phone at the bottle. It tells you,
right.
Here's Jay's review of this is Montagave Lot 1, etc. The problem is, just from a mechanical standpoint, not most, but a lot of tequila is viewed in a darker environment. And from across a bar, right? So it's not like wine where they bring wine to your table and you can shoot the wine because you're holding it right in your own hands. So mechanically, we're having some challenges figuring it out, but someday.
Can I give you an idea for that? Because
I love this conversation.
Please.
Yep. I'm really anxious to see the world that switches from a QR code to ChatGPT. My ChatGPT is called Genie on my phone. It literally talks to me, and I can't turn my mind off about a lot of this AI stuff. And I took my kids had spring break, and I took them to the zoo. And I was literally going animal to animal, and I was saying, hey, give me 10 facts about, and it would literally read the name of the animal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they can't see the color orange or something. I have no idea, right?
Yeah.
But I'm wondering who could be an innovator like yourself that has the first QR code to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That'll basically say, hey, these are 10 tequila facts, or these are 10 tequila facts about our brand. That's going to be
maybe I wouldn't have to do it visually at all. Maybe you could just ask Genie, hey, tell me about this Montagave batch 1, Blanco, and it tells you all the stuff, and then here's Jay's rating, and et cetera.
Yeah, and that'll be true, but the QR code that's going to be able to do it, I mean, you could be the Snapple Facts guy of tequila.
Right.
There's just a lot of different things, but I think that we're going to be invited into a very different world about, I always talk about this thing called quasi, which basically means questions with answers and simple information. And I think what's going to be very interesting in an AI world is just how the little things we see every day are going to turn into a bite-sized version and a long-form version.
Yep.
And the companies that do that well will be, kings of the kingdom. Have the keys to the kingdom. And
when you talk about conversion rate optimization, Andy, I mean, to me, that's the next battleground for optimization. Is how do you get them from the short version to the long version?
Yep. And then one more layer. And one more layer, Jay, is that hyper-personalization.
Yeah.
So in an effort where we have more time because of AI, like I talk about this all the time because they're like, hey, if you have a marketing agency and you have AI, should I get more content from you or should I get it at a lower price? And I say to them, hey, you know what? I don't know how to tell you this, but my entire time that I've been working with you, I've given you blogs and content at a price that you can actually afford. But when I compare that to the 1% content strategy that Andy has, I don't have enough time to add that in and be cost efficient for you. If AI buys me back time, I'm not going to make the product less expensive. I'm going to do the product right because I couldn't do it right before. So I have not changed my prices. I'm giving them more value because I bought back a little bit more time.
Yeah,
so
it's good. It's good, fast, cheap, pick any two, right? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But
I love that, Chris. I think what it touches on there is the connection between marketing and the product, or marketing and the service. I think in the future there will be Ali Gardner. I mentioned once earlier, but he gave a presentation years ago where he called it the CRO bot. Like there's going to be software that makes a button that you're going to press, and it's going to set up the A/B test. It's going to run the test, then it's going to choose the winner, and your site will, or it's going to look at the AI and find the most compelling messages, and then update your copy. So how do we differentiate once everyone has access to the same low-cost, super fast optimization tools? It's in the integration between the visitor's experience and the actual service offered. AI isn't going to automatically put on there, I'll get back to you in 4 hours. Or it's not going to make a progress bar that shows you when they're putting mushrooms on your pizza. These are the expectations set in service, in the delivery of the value, that when those get pushed into the marketing, right, that's where we can still differentiate. That's where the difference can still be made. And I think, Jay, you kind of said that at the very top, right? Like this is what happens when we all have access to the same AI scripts. Who's going to win and how? It has to do with speed, to your point. Has to do with service levels, expectation setting, and what you just said just now, Chris, about how that, how does it integrate with the tool or with the service you're offering?